Before we get into today's video, I just want to say a massive thank you to Jeff Holt, one of the most loyal subscribers I've got, always checking in on me, always checking how I'm doing. Nimfria did speak to me, so thank you so much for your concern. And also thank you so much for becoming a Patreon for FPL Today. It means the world to me that you donate to my channel to support me grow this into something that could potentially become even bigger than it already is. So thank you so much. Everything from $1 up to the higher patronage helps me carry on doing this every day. So thank you guys so much for the support, and thank you Jeff Holt, you're an absolute legend. And hi Maria, how you doing? That wasn't meant to sound like I was coming on to Maria, by the way. What's up and welcome to FPL Today. I'm your host JNO, welcome to the channel and welcome to my team for Game Week 6. And it's not very happy times in the FPL Today team because we aren't doing very well at all. But before we get into how badly I'm doing, if you love FPL content and want some more in your subscription box, consider subscribing to the channel and consider hitting that notification bell so you know when I'm going live. I promise I will go live at some point. I really need to get back on that. But let's get on with the video. So my team for Game Week 5 did okay, and it was doing alright until the Manchester United versus Everton game where Man United won 4-0 and I was left wishing I'd never got rid of Romelu Lukaku. I was hoping that having Mkhitaryan and with Paul Pogba being injured, that having just one Man United player would be enough coverage, but it really wasn't when a lot of my players failed to score more than 3 points. I also ended up with 11 points on my bench from 2 players, Carl Norton and Ben Foster. If I played Ben Foster and Carl Norton, I would have potentially got 6 more points, which would have helped my drop in ranking be less severe. But unfortunately I made the wrong choice thinking Elliott could keep a clean sheet. Came close, but Shaqiri ruined that. And Bemba would have also got a clean sheet if Shaqiri hadn't ruined that, and I'd have been looking a lot tastier. Ben Mee came very close to scoring twice near the end of the Liverpool game. And with Eriksen and Kane playing and Ben Davies being dropped, so he was benched, unfortunately resilient Swansea just completely ruined my game week. However, I do like the team I have. I just think it was a bad game week for the players in my team. Kane's still getting plenty of chances. Eriksen looked a bit deeper than I would have liked. Newcastle and Burnley's defence did not look poor at all. Javier Hernandez is still Javier Hernandez, and I feel like he will score eventually, although he may be leaving the side soon. And Alvaro Morata was in a very difficult game against Arsenal, and I do feel like he's good enough to score more goals. However, my team is lacking a Man City player, clearly, with that 6-0 win against Watford. So my top performers for the game week were Marcos Alonso, who managed to get a clean sheet in that 0-0 draw against Arsenal. He got 6 points from that clean sheet, no bonus points. He did have 1 shot on goal, I remember seeing in the highlight package, which potentially should have crossed it, really. And if he'd crossed it, he might have got an assist. But never mind, Marcos Alonso still one of the best for goal threat as far as defenders are concerned in the Premier League. Henrik Mkhitaryan managed to grab himself his first goal of the season, getting 9 points and 1 bonus point. He was outshadowed by Romelu Lukaku, of course, however, but he's still in his advanced position and looks like with Pogba gone, he's not going anywhere soon. And then Mohamed Salah managed to score a goal as well, getting me 10 points with 3 bonus points added on to his goal scored. Mohamed Salah is again still getting plenty of chances, so I'm not too disheartened with my team, I'm just disheartened with the game week score. So, looking at my team for Game Week 6 and how everything shapes up, we've got Rob Elliott with a game against Brighton Hove Albion away, and we've got Ben Foster against Arsenal away, so I'm pretty sure Elliott is going to make it between the sticks for this game. Ben Mee, Alonso and Davies all look like they've got fixtures they could do well in, although Davies is of course now a rotation risk. Even with Danny Rose still not back from injury, he somehow didn't get put on the side. He's clearly the first choice option for the Champions League games, which means he may need to come out, and I could potentially save some money there to bring in a Man City striker, so he may be leaving the side. But Ben Mee and Alonso look very promising for their fixtures. We've also got Mbemba, who comes against Brighton Hove Albion, so if Davies doesn't play, Mbemba should come in, so potentially Newcastle could get me some clean sheets there. Or I might go for Carl Norton with the Watford game as well, because Swansea's defence did look good against Tottenham Hotspurs. In midfield, we've got Eriksen, Salah and Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan and Salah performed for me last game week, so I'm not too worried about them. Eriksen, a little bit worrying. I'm starting to feel like he's dropping a little bit deeper with Son bombing down that left side, and Dele Alli, of course, going to be the most advanced player other than Harry Kane. Eriksen played a bit deeper. Potentially that was because there were so many Swansea players defending though that Eriksen just adapted his game. So we might keep faith with Eriksen for this game week and maybe pile up the transfers so we've got 2 for next game week. And then Tom Carroll probably will get the nod over Chalobah just because of the home game to join that 4-man midfield. And then we've got Chicharito, Morata and Kane up top. Kane could have easily scored last game week, so he stays in. Stoke for Chelsea, a slightly easier fixture, so hopefully Morata will get on the score sheet. And then Chicharito against Tottenham Hotspur, not the best fixture for West Ham, but hopefully it means there's space behind Spurs' defence that Chicharito can exploit. Now, due to some of the comments saying you'd like to see what I'm considering for transfers and trying to see players that aren't necessarily the obvious ones, I'm actually going to go over every single position and the players I'm considering for defence, midfield and up front. Now yes, some of these players are going to be obvious. The fact that Romelu Lukaku and Sergio Aguero are on the screen right now, that's a no-brainer. They should be in your consideration. However, hopefully this will also show you the cheap players I'm potentially going to bring in to maybe make room for some of the more expensive players. So we've got Romelu Lukaku, of course, on 5 goals for this season so far. He's had 24 attempts on goal, 18 of which have come from inside the box. Big chances he's had 9, he's scored 5 of those, and he's had 11 shots on target. Now in comparison, Sergio Aguero has had 5 goals as well, but he's had less attempts with 17, less shots inside with 12, and he's had less big chances with 6. He's managed to score 3 of his big chances, and he's had 8 shots on target. So I know which player I think is a better striker, but Man United at the moment are creating so many chances that Romelu Lukaku can't help but score. I don't know if I'd bring either in. It would probably be for Morata because I feel like Kane's just getting so many chances that it will turn around for him. We had a glimpse of that in game week 4. And then on the right hand side you've got Joselu, who so far this season is, as far as the cheap strikers concerned, one of the strikers getting the most amount of chances. He's had 17 attempts, the same as Sergio Aguero. He's only managed to score 1 of them though. He's had 12 shots inside the box like Sergio Aguero. He's only had 4 big chances, but he's only managed to score 1 of the big chances he's had. And he's had 10 shots on target. If he can potentially turn that around, Joselu could be a very, very good player at a very, very cheap price. Moving on to midfield and the players I'm looking at, we have Aaron Ramsey, who's looked very good in that Arsenal side, is covering a lot of ground and is getting into the box. He's scored only 1 goal so far this season, but he was very, very close in that Chelsea game to scoring. He's had 11 attempts on goal, 3 big chances, and he gets a chance every 28.6 minutes, so he's not doing too bad with attacking output in the underlying stats. If he starts converting some more goals, he could potentially be the Aaron Ramsey from 3 or 4 years ago. Matt Ritchie also looked very, very good in the last game week. He's managed to get 4 assists so far this season, creating only 8 chances, but 4 of those have been big chances, so it's the quality of chances that Matt Ritchie is creating. He is the creative workhorse of that side, and he's at a minute per chance created score of 56 minutes, so that isn't too bad, and Matt Ritchie comes at a cheap price, which potentially allow me to spend more money elsewhere. And then we have Robbie Brady, who so far has had 2 assists this season, created 13 chances for his teammates, and 3 big chances, and his minute per chance created is at 33.7 minutes. So those players have looked very, very good, and they are cheaper than my big 3 midfielders at the moment. However, I'd have to probably save money somewhere to bring in Matt Ritchie and Robbie Brady for Chalobah and Tom Carroll, who so far Tom Carroll has disappointed. He's not got many FPL points despite not playing too badly. And then in defence, there isn't many defenders that are standing out to me above the likes of Marcus Alonso and Ben Davies. You do have some expensive options. Valencia managed to score the past game week. You have Kolasinac, who's doing very, very well for himself. You have the Man City fullbacks who are very, very attacking and getting assists and look very, very good. But I'm looking at potentially cheaper defenders so I can potentially move around my strikers and midfielders. And the ones that stand out to me so far are Holebas from Watford and Lascelles from Newcastle. Holebas has managed to get 1 assist so far this season, but he's created 8 chances. 2 of them have been big chances, and he creates a chance every half of football so far this season. Whereas Lascelles, he's managed to score 2 goals from 3 attempts. 2 of those have been big chances, and he's scored, of course, 1 of those big chances. He looks very good in the air, and if Matt Ritchie keeps putting decent balls into the box from set pieces, Lascelles could get more goals. Anyway, guys, that is a look into my team for Game Week 6. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please hit that like button for me and hit that notification bell and subscribe if you're new again. We're trying to push on to 5,000 subscribers, hopefully by the end of this year. Thank you so much for all of the support on this channel, all my Patreon patrons. You are absolutely legends. Check out the links in the description down below if you want to be part of the FPL Today support family, which of course would be greatly appreciated. I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.